All I did was give me a headache.
Did you get up from your chair and you went to the bedroom?
Yeah, he walked all the way to his bedroom. It's such
Good
a far
Lord.
walk.
This is what this show has become. Everybody, today's show is brought to you by our good friends at Recontext. Recontext, they'll take care of your car. Get a car detail from Recontext. Get one this holiday season. It will have your car look better than it looked when it was new. That's the gift you get for yourself. Get your car detailed or get somebody else's car detailed. Recontext will take care of you. They take care of the car. They give you a detail that makes your car look fantastic. And right now they have remote car starts. You can get a remote starter for somebody as a Christmas gift at a reduced price. This is a great time of year to get one because they put the remote start in. All you do is you hit a button when you wake up. Boom, car nice. It warms up. Nice. Gets really nice out there. You might go through the cold to get into the car, but once you're in the car, it's nice and warm. You just feel comfortable. That's what you get from Recontext. Let them detail your car, coat your car, have your car looking great, and get a remote starter in your car today from Recontext. Show's also brought to you by Just Beds. Just Beds, the yawn exterminators. Just Beds, located at 3120 Montvale Drive. Just Beds. Let Just Beds set you up with a new bed. Go on in today, lay in a bunch of their comfortable beds. You name it, they have every size bed available. And these are top-notch beds, top-notch comfort. That's what you need. Get yourself a bed from Just Beds. 3120 Montvale Drive. Go there, get a comfortable bed, pay for it, go home. You don't have to deliver. You don't have to drive your bed home on top of your car like some hillbilly. No, Just Beds will deliver it. They come to your house. They bring your new bed in. They set it up for you. They take your old mattress and they dispose of it properly. They get rid of it the way it should be gotten rid of. And if your mattress is too dirty, they take it and they throw it into Steve's yard, where they put all the filthiest of mattresses. Steve's yard, ladies and gentlemen. They take your mattress, they dispose of it properly. All the soiled mattresses, only the soiled mattresses go to the mattress dump, aka Steve's yard. So rats and kittens can play on it. That's what they have. It is Just Beds, 3120 Montvale Drive. Well, good morning, everybody. Here we are. We are here today to entertain you, to hopefully give you some joy and some laughter throughout the day. That's our plan.
All day?
Well, yeah, we do 2 shows today.
Oh.
Yeah, we do this morning show,
Huh?
and then we do another show at 6:00 this afternoon. The
not
morning
bad.
show is free. The show that you get in the morning today is free, but the show is free in the morning, and then this afternoon it is a subscriber show. That's what you get.
In my opinion, Thursday night subscriber is the best show.
Yeah, it's not just your opinion. A lot of people say this is the best show of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it'll be tonight, but because
What?
I'm still in a lot of pain. My back seized up. For those that haven't checked out the show, my back seized up, and However, here's the good news. It finally started improving a little bit yesterday.
Oh.
Like, so it was from when it first happened. When it first happened, it got it was worse. You know what I mean? When it seized up last Friday at my father's service. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's when the back seized up. And then it got worse from Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday, Sunday to Monday, and Monday to Tuesday. It was worse every day after. Now, from Wednesday to Thursday, it's actually a little better this morning than it was yesterday morning.
Well, that's positive.
I'll take it. So at least it's starting to loosen up.
Yeah.
But it felt like,
Yeah.
I mean, it was really like my lower back was really, really hard. And now it's at least the muscles sort of loosened up a little bit. My wife was trying to massage and she could actually feel the difference in the massage I had, you know.
Oh, yeah.
That was last night when she was rubbing icy hot and other stuff on it. And then I've slept with a heating pad. So it loosens it up a little bit. I'm still having trouble walking.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hip
steps.
bones
You'll get there.
to your tailbone.
I know Steve's rooting for me to have more pain.
You know he is.
Oh no, because I'm right. Other my pain is in a different area. I was awakened with pain about 6:30, and oh my god, 6:30. It's way too early, and I thought maybe how can I make this pain dissipate? This is like my leg is. You know how you
You understand anything he's saying? I don't. All I heard was the word leg in there. That's all I heard. I don't know what he is saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like I'm speaking to somebody from a foreign country or something. Just nodding my head like I understand what
All I got was pain, woke him up at 6:30, and that was it. His leg.
I'm just hearing. All right, go ahead, Steve. Let me see if I can understand you now.
I said,
All right, he said, yeah.
I know what pain is. I'm having pain myself, but I was awakened at 6:30 this morning with this leg pain. It's like, have you ever got cramps in your toes?
Mm-hmm.
And this is like constant. I couldn't make the pain go away. I tried everything, but it's not really a cramp in my toe. It's because I'm fat. I got really bad diabetes legs. Really bad fucking diabetes legs.
Do you have diabetes bad?
Well, I always have the diabetes. I just have it under control.
Is it bad? Are you sure?
Well,
Doesn't sound like it to me.
Yeah, I mean, I
take my Trulicity every week like I'm supposed to.
like you're what? Like you're posed.
Like I'm supposed to. God damn it.
You're posed.
Yeah,
like
it's in my subscription. I have a subscription for Trulicity.
A prescription? It gets prescribed to you?
Lord have mercy.
Oh, you are such a.
But I was getting to. I don't have any painkillers. I don't have any painkillers.
I'm not giving you any painkillers.
No, I'm not asking for any painkillers. So this is what
he's begging for.
This is what I did. I took 3 Tylenol or 3 ibuprofen, and I thought, okay. But then I thought, I got that vape sitting right here by my chair. I just take a couple puffs off of that too. It took about,
Trust me, we know you've taken some vapes this morning.
say 40 minutes. Man, feel no pain.
We can tell there's been some vaping going on. Trust me.
Are you feeling any pain right now?
No. Matter of fact, my cheeks are numb.
So he's gone already.
Yeah, we can tell.
Oh, that's weird. I push right here. I can feel my teeth moving.
Yeah, we can tell. We can tell how high you are. Yep. I see that Karen popped into the chat room and said, "Good morning. Can't stay. Doctor appointment. Thank you. I'll see you all for the evening show." So thanks. It's very nice you at least pop in, Karen.
Mhm.
Yeah. Irene
Yeah.
says, Steve could be looking forward to a brand new extra filthy mattress in his yard soon. It has all the filth. Pecker gnats, fleas, bed bugs, lice, bubonic plague, flesh bits, birthing fluid. Oh, God. Urine, fecal matter from multiple species, moldy food, and pus from open rotting wounds. Whiskers and that wildling with the hammer will be so happy to frolic in. Yes.
Oh my
Wow, that was very restrictive.
Thank you, Steve. God.
My eyes are on fire, though.
Tom says, good morning, Ray, Chrissy, Dan, Irene, Lori, Holly, Karen, DA, TJ, and the rest of the chat. And, of course, Harbor Freight's favorite customer, Steve.
Well, if I wasn't their favorite customer, why do they send me texts all the time?
Oh my God.
One of my friends sent me texts.
You mean text?
No, they send multiple.
Yeah, but you're saying, you said they sent you textas. And I said, you mean texts?
Texas.
That's not the plural. That's not a word. There's no textas. That's not a word.
He just has his own language.
Okay. So I got one right here. It says 12 days of deal, $140 off. Well, shit, see? You know how much stuff you can get for $140? And you don't have to pay that $140.
Oh my God.
$140 off.
Why would... Okay.
It's not an invite to come steal. Jesus.
They're not inviting you. Shoplifters welcome. They're not inviting you to come into their shop and steal.
Oh,
That's not what's going on. Shoplifters welcome. Come on in. God, you're so bizarre.
well, I thought because they were in my, they sent me texts.
Texts. That's all. It's just texts.
But they put an S on it, don't they?
No. Yeah. Yes, but it's TEXTS. It's not textas. Whatever you're saying is not a word. By the way, DA says, hello all. Nothing is free with this show. It will warp and destroy your mind. Your therapy from this show will cost you millions to repair your mind.
I agree.
Well, just don't try to learn English from this show because you'll be going, what is a textas? Good Lord.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Damn. Good morning, Diane.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
This morning.
By the way, Tom says, how great was Brady on stroke signals last night? Brady should do a sports show.
He could do a sports show easily.
It was good, huh?
Great. Yeah, it was.
He knows his shit when it comes to sports.
How are those two fat guys that were with him on that show?
No, you know,
You're saying Brady
they were there.
just how are the fat guys?
Except the fucking big dinosaur behind Brady scared me.
Was a dinosaur. Brady had a deer head behind him, and it looked like from the angle like it was eating his head. So everybody's like, "Is there a dinosaur eating your head, Brady?"
It's like a fucking T-Rex. You ever eat his head?
You were so high that you were seeing non-existent dinosaurs. Dude, what a mess. God.
Brady did awesome. He asked a lot of questions and had stuff to.
Irene says, I feel like Steve's been wearing a gray shirt since like Friday, but I know he has at least two now.
I have.
Listen, I bet it's the same shirt.
No, I changed. Yesterday was shower day. Yesterday was Wednesday. So I took a shower.
Yeah.
I put on clean underwear, powdered, and all the clothes that I have on right now are freshly clean. I didn't even put them on last night. Well, I did put them on for a show that I took them off, pants and shirt, and then just ran around in my underwear. Because I really have a nice pair of underwear on. I really like them.
No one wants to hear it. No one wants to hear about your underwear.
No.
Why do you think that any listener wants to hear about the dirty underwear?
I'm saying they're not dirty. They're not dirty. I mean, they're clean. They really cradle my balls really well.
Disgusting.
You don't need to know.
Yeah, no one wants to hear about your balls.
They're a little short, but that's okay. I can deal with that.
No one wants to hear about your testicles.
Okay.
God, so disturbing. Tom says, I lost Steve after the first syllable. We all did. Can you imagine how hard the closed captioning has to work on this show?
I can't even imagine.
To just try to figure out what the hell he's saying. Good Lord.
I would just give up.
Yeah. And then he's offering to steal. I don't know what these are the conversations that he's had so far on the program.
Well, I get her texts.
You get text messages.
Text messages, sir. That's better. I feel better with that.
Yeah.
Text messages from Harbor Freight. And it's like I said, it says $140 off. That means I can get $140 worth of stuff for nothing, right?
Yeah, but I just want to be clear that they are not sending you these texts. They're not sending you these messages so you can go in and shoplift. The text messages don't have shoplifters. Welcome. Come on into Harbor Freight. That's not. They don't send you that text so you know what to shoplift. And that's what. When I hear you talk about it, that's what I'm thinking is you're using their messages as advertising to come steal.
Yeah.
That's not what they're doing.
Oh. Oops.
Unbelievable. Catch Steve on I-55 giving handies and blowies for painkillers.
No way.
Steve did start the show. Steve did start the show asking for painkillers. Good Lord.
I was. You didn't let me finish. I found if I hit these vapes long enough, the pain goes away.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he's so high.
Mm-hmm.
He's so high.
How high is he?
So high, you're not feeling any pain, that's for sure.
Not through my leg. I told Bubba last night that Yeah, he's in that nursing home rehab center. I said, buddy, I'm right behind you. I can feel it coming. I feel it coming around the bend.
What?
I ain't seen no sunshine since I don't know when. I'm heading to the hospital because my foot's infected.
Oh my God. Johnny Cash is
Well,
all
maybe
over
the-
his grave right now.
Then the feds will inspect it. Ah, boy. TJ
Maybe they'll cut it off.
TJ says, I don't believe Steve changed his clothes because Steve's admitted he will wear the same dirty clothes after a shower. You did admit that, yeah.
But after I shower, I've been a shirt. I never wear dirty pants or underwear.
Thank God for that.
Once they come off, they're off till they're washed again. Which I have to do laundry today.
Bullshit.
Then do it.
Well, I don't have
Don't
to.
talk about it. Do it.
I can squeeze it out another day. I got another outfit still. I could shower
Now
tomorrow.
you're changing what you said. Didn't he say earlier, I have to do my laundry today?
I don't have to do it.
Have
I
you done
one.
any laundry since I brought you quarters last week?
No. I bet he hasn't.
Son of a
I'm no
bitch.
son.
He made a big production. Oh, if I send you some money, will you stop and get me quarters? I got to do laundry. So I stopped and got him quarters.
Yeah.
I
Last
gave
week.
money for it.
A fucking week ago.
I paid for it.
That's not the point. You
It
think,
is the-
oh, I got to do laundry.
the
I
point-
got to do laundry.
The point is,
The point is you're too
the point
lazy.
is, you don't come till tomorrow, so I will have done laundry tonight.
I am good. I would make. Ooh,
And
I'm
it'll
gonna
be
make
done.
a bet. He's not gonna do his fucking
I'd like
laundry.
to bet that. I'd put some money on that. I would put money on the bet that he's
No,
not.
because we'll do a show, and then I'll eat dinner and watch the football game,
See,
and
he's already with the excuses.
then after the football game, I'll do laundry. I do laundry when everybody else is supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah, we know. So you can go to the laundry room in your underwear
Exactly. That
because
way I
you're
can
too
get
lazy
all
to
my
even
clothes-
get dressed.
I can get all my clothes.
Unbelievable. He just gives up now in the middle of big sentences. Have you noticed?
Yeah. He
What-
totally lost his train of thought, so he just gives
Yeah.
up.
Oh, am I supposed to be talking still?
You were in the. No, you're not.
Okay. I thought I was done. I thought
You're done.
I thought I explained whatever I explained.
Tom says Brady asked Boobas about why he was in rehab, and every answer Boobas gave, Steve had orgasms for every word. He's so. Was he really high last night on the?
No.
Yes.
He was.
Overly so.
He's the only person I know who gets too high for a show about marijuana. Unbelievable. By the way, closed captioning says, what language? What language is this? Is it from another planet? Oh my God. By the way, Holly says, Lori sent me the coolest coloring book for relaxation. I used it last night, and again, thank you, Lori.
Oh,
Aw.
So she
That's
sent
sweet.
a coloring book. She sent
probably one of those porn ones.
Spanky says, Ray, when did you start having foreigners?
Who's the foreigner?
We're not talking about me.
Unbelievable.
Who's that leave?
Mhm.
Urgent. It's urgent.
It's like he's just gibberish. Ah, he's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
I'm trying to catch up with some of these comments.
Oh,
Holly says, why do people refuse to do the basic things to take care of themselves when they are capable? Things like a shower, change clothes, wipe their ass. We know
I do all those things.
You do?
Well,
we know who she's talking about.
I do 80% of those things.
TJ says Steve needs to do laundry. Translation: Steve plans on stealing panties. Yeah,
No, I don't steal anymore.
really.
Anymore.
You are unbelievable. Yeah. Jeff says Steve still goes down to sniff Beverly's day holds. Dude,
That's not very funny.
Christine, do you remember the time he went to the laundry and he stole?
Yes. He stole 2 pair to be exact.
Yeah, he stole 2 pair of. I don't know if he took it from the dirty clothes or the wash clothes, but you longtime listeners, do you remember this pervert? This pervert went into his building's
This one?
public. He went into the public laundry of his building and he stole dirty. He stole dirty women's underwear. And he kept them. What kind of disturbing person does that? Good Lord. You should be embarrassed.
We have to get off this subject before I say something.
Oh no.
You were not looking at dirty laundry. You're so,
What did you do now, Steve?
so disturbing.
I don't know. I know I want to say it. I can't even say it.
You're such a dirty person.
He did something. We
oh,
want to know, what did you do?
What's in my head is way more disturbing than probably you could ever imagine.
Oh, God.
Good Lord.
Here we go.
It's true. It's true, too. That's the sad thing.
Oh, my God.
Let's just say, I used a pair of them underwear last night.
Oh, no. I already know.
You are so disturbing. Good Lord. My God. I wish they would just take you in. I'd feel so much safer if the authorities were involved.
You got your rocks off with a pair of panties.
Oh God!
I like.
Your life is so disturbed. No one wants to hear this.
I just like the feel. Like the feel.
You are so troubling. Oh my God.
I hope they weren't the stained ones.
No. It was the nice black lacy ones.
How disturbing.
God.
You really are. You really are.
I'm sorry.
You're just
No,
a
you're not.
disturbing individual. I apologize to everyone listening to this show. I don't know what I was doing. I just apologize.
Oops.
I just
I-
don't know what I was doing.
I must be. I'm probably the reason why we ain't got no vacancies.
Yes.
What?
I didn't
No, what?
I didn't understand any of that. Oh my God. He's so how does someone get so inebriated on a Thursday morning?
Why not? What else does he have to do?
Good Lord. I mean, what time did you have to wake up today to get this high?
Well, he
You
said he
know?
woke up at 6:30, so I bet he's been at it since then. So for what, 2 hours?
Good Lord. It's got to be, right? I mean, how is it even possible? How is it possible for someone to get this high?
I don't know. I would be in a coma right now.
What are you doing with your fingers? What is that? He's so inebriated, just so he's in his own world.
No, I heard what you're saying.
And you're smoking. Why would you think it's okay to smoke more, babe? I think the governor might see this. We might lose the ability to.
Why?
They might see this and go, "Oh, we got to rethink this legal pot stuff." Holy! I think they're gonna, they might take away the ability to get free weed or legal weed if they watch one of our shows.
I'm not smoking weed.
It's still you're smoking THC.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I'm done now for a while. That's my 8th hit.
For what?
Eight
Holy
hits.
shit!
How much THC is in the vape you're using now?
Well, four out of my 80% this morning,
Uh-huh.
and then 4 out of my 73%. So down.
Literally, none of that makes sense. Oh God!
Yeah, because then I'm gonna do the show, and then I have to eat, and I have to make. I have to, I have to eat. I haven't had. I've only drank the water, and I have to eat. So I'm gonna make some waffles, probably. Waffles.
That seems healthy.
Waffles. Well, I don't eat nothing on them. I just eat them. I don't put no butter or syrup or nothing like that. None of that stuff on. And then I'll probably.
Are you understanding any of this, Christina?
I'll probably.
Yeah, he's gonna eat plain waffles.
I probably take a nap. Probably take a nap after that because we got 2 shows today.
Yeah, we have 2 shows today. We have a free show right now. This is a free show. Later on today, we have a subscriber show. This is what people pay for. When you subscribe to the show, here's how it works. We do free shows Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning. All right. Then we also have a subscription service where you subscribe for $5 a month, $10 a month, $15 a month, $20 a month. Okay. And when you join tier 2, that's $10 a month, or no, tier 3 is $10 a month. You get the Thursday night show. You get, the Daily Disaster, which comes out every day. You get access to Smoke Signals and Stainless. And
Cooking for the Poors.
Cooking for the Poors. And then you get, so many classic podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
Just depending on what tier you subscribe to. There's a $5 tier, a $10 tier, $15 tier, and a $20 tier. So that's what you're subscribing to. Of course, Steve is so high, he's in his own tier.
No, I know. I'm just sitting back. I just wondering. I'm wondering because there's some. I mean, I've listened to a lot of your older podcasts, and there was some stuff that was. I mean, it made me cry. I was laughing so hard. I wonder if people do that when I
not now. No, people are trying to figure out what it is you're saying.
Oh,
and I think, am I wrong, Christina? Don't you think people are going? Here's what people are doing now. They're going, "What the fuck did he just say? What?
Yeah.
What language?
What is?
Like
what
Spanky,
is he
when
saying?
Spanky
What
got
the
on the
hell's
show,
wrong with him?
Spanky was asking what language you were speaking.
Sorry. Yeah. Sometimes when I get high, I slur my words.
Yeah. We're hearing something. I'll tell you that.
Well, I'm trying.
So there, it's proven now. You are always high because you are always slurring.
By the way, in the chat room, Jeff Cole is saying. Jeff says, eat nap pleasure self, return Shelly's panties. Shelly has notified the authorities. Steve's neighbor, Shelly. You're not stealing Shelly's panties.
No, I don't know whose I got.
I bet she wears boxers.
Oh, I bet she does.
She's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of manly. Or how you call that?
I bet Steve still would play.
Masculine.
Yeah.
Masculine.
Unbelievable. Oh my God. Good old Steve and his diabetes. We know what everyone thinks. We know what everyone thinks. Merry Christmas! Feliz Navidad! Steve's a fat load of shit. He's a fat load of shit. Steve's a fat load of shit with piss-stained undies. A fat load of shit. Steve's a fat load of shit. He's a fat load of shit. A fat load of shit. We're smoking reefer. He's a fat load of shit. He wants to steal all the day-old donuts. He wants to steal all the day-old donuts. He lets Shelly come and look at his nuts. And he smells just like a fart. He wants to steal all the day-old donuts. Oh, he's a fat load of shit. That's our Steve. Unbelievable. That was from last year. It was a Christmas song that we did last year. Fat Loaded Shit. Singing about Steve stealing all the day-old donuts, which he used to do. But then the people that owned Steve's apartment building decided they needed to stop wasting money on donuts, and they stopped because everybody that lived in the building,
they'd say, "What donuts?"
Yeah. So they stopped buying the fresh donuts because
some bastard was taking a whole box.
They would buy
not just a donut.
They would buy dozens of donuts and put them out on the table. And Steve would go down the hall and he would steal the donuts and bring them back to his house. Then he ruined it for everybody. Ruined it.
Steve.
If you wouldn't have stolen, if you would not have stolen, Steve, you'd still be able to get donuts. But his greed is so intense.
Well, these older people don't need all that sugar.
I'm saying,
But you do?
yeah. Steve, here's the deal. Here's what I'm saying. You could go down to where they put the donuts out. You could go down every day and gotten a donut or two. You know what I mean? Because every month they would have put out donuts. All right. So even if you had taken 2 donuts a day, you'd have still gotten 24 donuts.
Oh.
But
but then I would have had to walk all the way down there every day. Or if I just take the whole box, then I just have to walk to my kitchen.
Yeah, but I'm saying that if you would have just stolen a reasonable amount, you could have gotten, just taking a few, you could have gotten 48 donuts over the last year.
Yeah.
Instead, I don't know how many dozen you stole.
I think I only got 2 or 3 dozen.
All right, so you still had a bunch of them.
I think I got a dozen from Krispy Kreme, a dozen from County Market, and then there was an oddball one.
They would get a different brand of donuts every week?
Yeah. The Krispy Kremes are always the best, of course.
Unbelievable.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you go walk the halls looking for cookies?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You did tell the story of the people who brought by, and you said it was some neighborhood group brought by free
It was
Christmas.
the Williamsville Community Foundation.
Yeah.
They made homemade cookies and delivered to everybody there at Steve's building.
And he ate the ones that they gave to him, but then he said the cookies he ate were so good, he wanted to go walk the halls and steal cookies from people who hadn't gone out in the hallway and gotten their tin of cookies.
Yep, because the folks that weren't home, they left them outside the door because the guy across the hall wasn't home. So his cookies were sitting at his door when I left.
That was Steve. That's the first.
So
that was the first thing he thought of.
Well, yeah, he's like, oh shit, I won't have to walk far.
He was coming up with plans on how to steal.
No comment.
You son of a bitch, you didn't. I'm digging through his garbage tomorrow. Watch.
You know that he stole from his neighbor.
No, I didn't. But I can tell you though that those cookies were still sitting there at midnight that night. Because I might have popped my door open. Look.
I bet he stole it. I bet he stole
Thought
it.
about it.
I bet
He probably did.
Yeah.
I'll find out tomorrow.
How are you gonna find out?
Your garbage. Because I know your lazy ass didn't take your garbage out. I will dig through your trash and look for boxes.
There's one box. The box I got.
You know he was stealing from his neighbors.
No, I didn't. I just know I happened to open the door when I got to go to the bathroom that night. And I looked out and it was still there. I don't know if that guy's ever home. I don't even know. I've always been wondering.
Oh, but TJ says, every day I try to think Steve can't get any worse. And every day Steve proves he's the kind of bastard that would steal flowers from graves. Yeah, every day.
So now I'm a bastard?
Every day. Every day he proves that your worst thoughts are right. You know what I mean? Like people watch this show and they think, oh my God, that Steve guy, he can't possibly blah, blah, blah. And every day he does something that makes them think, oh my God, he does blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's very hard to It's very hard. It's very hard to come out of this show thinking well about Steve.
Okay. Okay, I'm not going to talk anymore because I don't want to lose listeners or whatever, you know. So maybe if I don't talk, then we won't lose any listeners.
Mhm.
Trying to make it where you can understand it.
Yeah. Good luck.
That'll
Good
never
luck,
happen.
Steve. Good Lord. Tom is in the chat room suggesting that Steve is all right. Is Steve's door into his house closer than the bathroom? What door is closer?
What door is closest to the bathroom?
Well, because Tom's in the chat room suggesting that when Steve has to walk to the bathroom, all right,
Yeah.
that his front door is closer than the bathroom. What is closer?
Oh, the bathroom.
All right. Because his theory was if the outside door is closer, then you would go outside. Then you would go out in the hallway and go to and relieve yourself instead of going to the bathroom.
No, I don't know. Only thing I've ever done in the hallway is remember when I first moved in here and I told you all I had that frog one morning. I woke up and I had a frog in my living room and the cat. I threw that frog out in the hallway. So it went in somebody else's apartment.
How did the frog get into your house?
Because I'm so close because I'm at the end. It was before they had some really bad inside doors, but really bad gaps around the doors. And I think the frog came in from the deck, and I got a big gap under my door, and he slid in. And I woke. Milk Dub was playing with it. And I'm like, what the fuck is that cat playing with? And I turned to light on it. It was a big old, it wasn't a frog, it was a toad. A nasty looking son of a bitch. So I got my grabber thing and grabbed him around the belly and opened the front door and just threw it down the hallway towards.
So
it had been closer just to walk him outside, but I threw another way. I didn't want him to come back in.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Jesus Christ, Steve.
Why do you guys keep asking me to talk? If every time I get done with something, all I get is, oh God, I can't believe you.
I tell you just there's no stopping you. There's no stopping.
I don't want. I'm trying. You guys ask the questions and I'm giving you the answers.
You're so inebriated.
I'm not inebriated.
Really? You don't think you're affected now by it?
Oh, I couldn't drive. I could, but I'm not going to. But I have.
You would never make it out of the parking lot.
I would love. Steve, go to the store right now. No problem. I would love to see how many accidents he would cause.
Oh no, I'm very cautious.
Like, how big a chore is it for you to go to the grocery store? Like, how far is the grocery store from where you live?
I don't know 10 miles.
I mean, don't you have something in your town you live in?
No, we got Casey's. We got the truck stop.
Well, how far is Casey's?
Not that far. The edge of town.
I mean, doesn't Casey's have milk and eggs?
Oh yeah, but how much milk is at Casey's? It's like $4. I ain't paying $4 for milk.
What the hell?
I don't know
For
what he
milk.
really don't. Yeah, he's starting to sound like he's from Alabama or something. I paid $4 for meal. Only people in the South have milk be a multi-syllable. There's only one syllable in milk, but somehow you made 3 there. I'm not sure what you did.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable.
I give up. I give up. I'm just trying to talk the language that I've been accustomed to. I'm sorry that I'm hard of hearing. So
Talk like this your whole life.
maybe there's times when I don't maybe enunciate the words properly.
The reason you can't talk is because you're so high. You're so inebriated. You're just affected.
Okay.
How much weed has he vaped into his system? It's
Way
unbelievable.
too much.
Because I used to think because he's so high on Thursday mornings, I used to think, well, maybe it's the weed he's smoking the night before. Because I know he's high when he does that stroke signals or smoke signals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's leftover. It's not. This is a fresh high. You know what I mean? This is a fresh high that he's got going on here. This isn't any kind of.
I think it's a lot for me. It works a lot like alcohol to some people. Like because I haven't eaten since I ate dinner last night, so that I think it affects me more. And after I eat, then I'll be back to normal. Only thing I've had this morning is I haven't even taken my meds yet. Is water.
So what you've had is.
But I'll eat and I'm like, oh, cool. I'm cool. Yeah.
So you had a ton of THC.
I have smoked way too much.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say way too much, man. I'm coherent. I mean, I would just see my tongue isn't sticking out yet, so I'm not to that point where my brain's frozen.
I don't know what I took yesterday. Well, my wife had. She knows somebody that somehow has, like they grew weed or something,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't even know how this happens, and they found a way to get the THC removed from the weed,
right?
And they squeezed it into an oil or
right.
Okay, well, I don't know how they do it. I assume they squeeze it into an oil, but
they have to heat it and squeeze it both. Yeah. Okay.
So they somehow turn it into an oil, and someone gave my wife THC and said, "Hey, give this to your husband's knees because they know how bad my knees are." So they said, this is for Ray to, for his pain. So she takes the oil and she puts it inside a pill.
Right.
She somehow separates the pill to where and she puts a little bit of the THC oil in it and then puts the other half of the pill in. And she left me pills.
Oh, yeah.
She said, "Here, take this pill for pain." So yesterday, I take one of those THC pills, right? And I was just thinking, I was like, well, this is going to be like, because I have taken edibles before, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'll take a good edible and I just fall asleep. So I was like, let me just take this pill and I'll sleep the rest of the day. I took the pill. I was wide awake. I was wide awake.
Too much.
Yeah. I couldn't sleep at all.
Yeah. Yep. See, you got too much. However much was in it was too much. You're 5. I would say 5 or below. You know.
That's what I was arguing with my wife. I'm like, I don't want it to be like, because I've had the sativa before. You know how
Yeah.
I don't react well to the sativa.
Right.
And I've been told this by my doctor. Like, so I asked my wife, I go, what is this? Is this sativa or indica? My wife goes, what's the difference?
There's a difference.
I go, there's a difference because my doctor has explained to me what the difference is. My wife goes, well, I don't know what plant this is. I said, no, plants have both. A plant is
Right.
sativa and indica is in both. Both are in a plant. And that's what my doctor was
Right.
explaining to me. But she's like, oh, just take the pill for pain. So I took the pill and I was like, I couldn't sleep. It woke me up.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's just too much. Yeah. 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 I've noticed that was you said that happened to you at one time. You were
I was up for like 3
Right.
days.
cranking like 3 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
It works like meth for you when you have too
It's
much.
like I didn't feel high or anything.
Right, but you had nervous fucking energy. Just
That's how I am. That's how I react to sativa, THC, I guess.
indica makes me very sleepy.
Indica, like my daughter will have, she has an indica vape.
Mhm.
And she'll say, here, Dad, hit this. And I'll be like, what? So I'll take a hit from the vape. And then 20 minutes later, I just want to take a nap.
Mhm.
Because I don't understand. I don't understand any of it. And Holly gave me some indica edibles that she made.
Mhm.
Just take one and fall asleep.
Yeah.
But sativa works completely different on me.
Yeah.
You notice he's moaning at every
Mhm. When isn't he?
Yeah, he's so distant.
I don't think I'm moaning. I think I'm just
Sounds like
agreeing.
moans to us.
You're just disturbing.
Whatever. And that's a really good question Brady asked me. He asked me and Bubba both which would we prefer if we had the opportunity. You know, of course, what would you rather? I mean, if I didn't live in this place, I'd just be smoking weed. I'd be smoking flower, and I wouldn't be messing with this vape stuff and all that crap. I'd be smoking. I'd be smoking. This would be smelling like a skunk in my apartment, my house, which I had no problem with that because I use deodorant and stuff, and yeah.
I've also got this. I couldn't understand any of it. My wife also has THC balm,
Yeah.
except it smells. I mean, it is. Wow. She's been rubbing it on my back since I hurt myself. And I smell like I can't even explain how bad I smell. It's like I smell like weed so bad.
Oh wow.
It's from the balm.
Right.
But, yeah.
Yeah. Because they didn't put no perfume in it. So it just smells weedy.
Yeah.
Like
But-
fresh cut grass.
But I gotta tell you, the balm's been working. The balm has helped. So my muscles or my back sort of loosened up with the THC balm.
It's good. As long as it's working.
I used to like CBD balm used to help me, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well. Just to get rid of the pain, though. You do a lot to get rid of the pain.
I'm waiting for my face to disappear.
Like we
I am too.
Yeah.
They're
we're all
There.
waiting for that.
much better.
Yeah.
Aren't you funny?
Oh well. Yep. The Pope is called for the Pope is very anti-AI. Do you know that, Christina?
No, I didn't know
The
that.
Pope made statements yesterday that makes him the Pope is not a fan of artificial intelligence.
Okay.
The Pope said that artificial intelligence is a risk to our survival. I think the Pope just says humans are dumb. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, some of them are.
I hope you're not insinuating me.
We
I
know that,
would
we know
never.
you're a moron. There's no doubt that you are.
I even know I have 2 college degrees.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go with his degrees. Are these bachelor's degrees? Or are these certificates of completion? What is it that you have?
One of them is an associate's degree, and one of them is a certificate of communication.
It's a certificate of what?
Completion.
It does not. What did you say?
I thought he said communication at first, and I was like, what?
Did you say?
He doesn't know what he said.
Dad says that what you said is you had a certificate of communication. Is that what you said? A certificate of communication. You're making up words. Oh my God.
Oh, Lord.
Can you explain to us what communication is?
Oh, yeah, I want to hear this.
Or should I ask the AI?
Maybe Google. Maybe Google can help.
Google.
A certificate of communication. Communication. A word thought of by someone with no brain. Communication. Used in a sentence. Hold on. I need to scratch my communication. Communication.
Oh, my God.
Good Lord. There is no such word as communication.
I'm sorry, it just slipped out.
I want to get to the other thing I want to talk about because we're getting close. It's 9:11. And by the way, we've done nothing. We haven't done anything today.
I know.
We haven't done anything.
I have.
That's all right. What, made a fool of yourself? Oh, wait, that's every day.
Finally starting to get to some of the news that I was going to talk about. So much for monogamy. A new study says that 1/3 of men and 1 in 10 women are open to having more than one romantic partner at the same time.
Really?
Yeah. So it's 1 in 3 men, so 33% of men and 10% of women. So who are these men? You know what I mean? 33% of men expressed a willingness to consider the idea of having more than one wife or long-term girlfriend in a committed partnership if it were legal and consensual. In contrast, only 11% of women indicated a similar openness to the concept of polygamous marriage. Isn't that nuts?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way. There's no way I could. There's no way. I would love to be a swinger. You know what I mean? I'd love to do that. But there's no way that I could ever get my wife to agree, you know.
Oh, hell no.
You know what I mean? There's no way.
She'd kill you for even bringing it up.
Yeah. I guess this study's different because this study's like being married to oh my God, I don't want another wife. That's great.
Oh, God.
That's craziness. I certainly don't want, you know. The research explored individuals' perceptions of committed partnerships in which they either shared their partner with others or shared themselves. The team examined 2 specific relationship models: polygamy, where a man has multiple wives, and polyandry, where a woman has multiple husbands. Study revealed that 9% of men surveyed were willing to share a partner, while only 5% of women expressed interest in such an arrangement. How crazy. What would you do, Steve?
I pass.
You would pass? You would never you'd never be in a relationship that
Well,
could you be a swinger, Steve? Could you swing?
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There was, by the way, there was no thought involved in Steve's answer there.
None at all.
So you would.
I went to one in St. Louis, a swingers party.
Who did you go with?
This is a guy.
Okay, but to be a swinger, don't you need to be in a relationship?
Well, we were just checking it out.
Okay.
We were both in relationships, so we wanted to.
I know, but to be like at a swinger party, and I've never been, so I don't know, but to be at a swinger party, don't you have to have a partner? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I don't know if it was, maybe it was a swinger party. We sat in the corner of this hotel room and watched 2 or 3 couples go at it.
I'm saying, like, if you went, like, I don't know how if they were having a swinger party and some single guy shows up, I would imagine they wouldn't accept that.
Well, we didn't participate.
This is the story that I'm using for reference to this. When Jim the photographer was alive, he once got a job to be a DJ at a swinger party. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So he gets to them and he says, "Hey, how do I've been interested in doing this for a while. And they said, yeah, just bring your girlfriend or wife with you. Okay. And he had a girlfriend at the time, but he didn't think his girlfriend would be into it. So he invited some girl that he knew who he had a girl that he knew who was very promiscuous. All right. And he invites her to go with him to the swinger party. Although he didn't have any sexual relationship or any interest in that girl in that way. He brings her to the swinger party. And then they ended up kicking him out when they realized that he wasn't in a relationship
With the girl he brought.
with
Really?
the girl that he brought to the party. Yeah.
Right.
They got angry at him. And so I don't understand the whole thing, but
That's weird.
Well, I was
because he's
I was
somehow
the-
getting involved with married couples.
right. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
just Joe dude set it all up. He was dating. I was living with Michelle, and then he was dating Michelle's best friend. And then he heard about it. I said, I gotta check up because it was an advertised thing down there that you had to bring your own rubbers or whatever. And all of that.
You had to bring your own rubbers.
I said, I don't wear them, so you have to, that bullshit. And I said, I gotta go check it out. And he said, well, let me see if I can get. And we weren't allowed to participate at all. We just kept our mouth shut and just watched, just so we
Jerked
could
off in
see,
the corner.
so we could try to go back and convince our girlfriends into doing it. And I believe it didn't work, but they still said no. So
Well, I remember Jimmy. I remember Jim got in like they threw him out
yeah,
because I don't understand how it all works, but I wish Spanky was in the chat room now because Spanky might remember this story. Like they found out he brings this girl that he knows to the party, right? And then he gets involved with married couples
right,
to where he's doing the wife and this girl is doing the husband.
right.
But then they got mad at Jimmy and they threw him out of the party. It didn't end well, in other words. But and his argument was, well, what do they care? He's like, they were getting something, and I got to be honest. At the time, I sort of agreed with him.
Right, yeah. They were getting what they were
I mean,
getting
they
with
got
somebody
whatever.
else.
Right.
Yeah.
But he said, I wish Spanky was here because maybe he'd remember it. But Jimmy said that they said he wasn't risking anything, or he wasn't really giving anything up to be involved. I just don't know, but they ended up throwing it. They ended up kicking him out of the party because. But he was a pervert like Steve. I don't know.
Maybe there's more to it.
Yeah, I don't. I would, Yeah. I the thought of someone else having sex with my wife is. I just can't. I can't. I would not be down with that. You know what I mean? So I think that's what would stop me from. But the thought of me having sex with somebody else.
That's okay, right?
I'm okay with that.
Of course.
But I think that's how most people would feel. You know what I mean? Like I'd be fine with it. The thing that would stop me from ever doing that would be the thought of, the thought of my wife doing something. That's what would bother me. But I think most people are probably like that. That's what I think about the study, though. I'm like, okay, so of course men are going to be like, hell yeah, I wish I could have.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you,
Most
these
men.
fundamentalist Mormons, the guys that believe in the fundamentalist Mormon ways, where they have multiple wives and stuff, they might be the, they might have it right after. I don't. I can hardly get any sex from the wife I have. I couldn't imagine having multiple wives being out. Good Lord. Could you imagine having multiple wives that would turn you down?
Oh. I didn't get turned out. Never mind. Oops, I'd almost slipped.
I have no idea what you were getting at, but I'm saying that I just, I couldn't handle being in any kind of multiple wife situation. And I think if I was involved in a multiple wife situation, it would have to be several wives. I don't think I can handle just one wife or just two wives. Because like one might not want to have sex. Then you go to the other one, she probably wouldn't want to have sex.
Oh.
I need at least 4 to where one of them, maybe one of them would agree to it.
So one of them says, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'd have to have enough wives to where one of them says, all right, that's cool.
Hi. Man. Yeah, I had 3 last night.
You had,
What?
I don't even want to
3?
think.
No comment.
I don't want him to, I do not want him to expand upon whatever nonsense he's saying.
Yeah, please don't. We heard enough before the show started.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess with those polygamous marriages or whatever, like the other wives are okay with.
Right.
Mm-hmm. It'd have to be.
You know what I mean?
There's no way.
They don't all. Do they all join in though, or is it just one at a time? Or I don't know.
I think it's just one at a time.
That'd be cool.
Well, they're all sisters.
Oh, really? They all consider themselves sisters?
I believe it. That's what they call sister wives.
I think that's just that one show. There's.
Oh.
I used to watch this one show. It's been a while. It was Big Love on HBO. This is a long time ago. This guy had I don't know how many wives.
Good Lord.
But they each wife had their own house, and he went to each of their houses every night, and
he must have had a job that paid him a shitload of money.
Oh yeah.
He had to.
Yeah.
How's he taking care of all those houses?
Oh.
Yeah, not to mention all the kids. There was a bunch of kids, and
Karen says they're not sisters. I didn't know. I've never watched it. Maybe I need to start checking it out.
I'm just wondering.
I can't even get one.
Would they ever join together? Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, but I don't know enough to even. This whole thing started with the new study that they did, saying that they interviewed men and women, and they all were heterosexual. There's all heterosexual people in the study, and 1 in 3 men said that they would be willing to be involved in a relationship or to have multiple people that they were in a relationship with at the same time. And the women said, there's only 1 in 10 women who would consider it. That's what I found interesting, that, that men wanted, the men wanted more partners, but only the small percentage of the women wanted it. So I was just like, well, who are the men? What are these men doing stuff? You know what I mean? Sounds like men are hooking up with men in that situation. I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No way. I don't share.
What are you saying? You don't share?
No, I wouldn't share. I can't. I don't share well.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
I wish I wish my brain worked to where I was able to share anything. You know what I mean? I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about
Your birthday cake?
yeah. Like I wish it was in me to say, okay, it's my birthday cake. Let's give a piece to so and so and so and so. But I don't even know because I never got a fucking birthday cake. They didn't even make me a birthday cake.
Oh, God.
I mean, I can't handle the wife I got. There's already enough stress from, I couldn't handle multiple women putting me so low on their priority. I could see me being some Mormon guy with a bunch of wives where they all put me really low on their priority list.
Oh,
You know what I mean? I don't think I can handle it. I'd like to, and if there was one who put me higher on their priority list, that'd be the one I'd want to hang out with. I don't think I'd want to hang with the other
your
one.
favorite.
Yeah. And I just don't think you could have a favorite in that, right?
Right.
No, I don't think so.
I think you'd have to think of everybody on the same level, and I just don't think that's like. Thank God I have one child. I don't think I'd be good with multiple children. I don't think I'd be good. Like if Deidre and I would have had like 4 kids, there's no way. Because I would definitely have picked a favorite. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh,
Right.
like I know that my mother picked a favorite. And I know I was on the bottom of that priority list. I know that she had 6 kids, and I can tell you this. I know for a fact who the least favorite is. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, because you had to burn the trash.
Yeah. I know who the least favorite was. The least favorite, it's compared to I know my sister was the favorite. Oh, that sister of mine. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm telling you.
My brother was the favorite.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, we know.
Is there anybody that will admit they were the favorite? Maybe it's human nature to think that you weren't the favorite. Because everybody's saying that they were the least favorite.
I don't know. Mine varies because I was my dad's favorite, but I wasn't my mom's.
Yeah, because you said that before, that your dad.
Yeah, me and my dad did all kinds of shit together. My brother.
Your dad liked you because you played football and you were into cars.
Yeah.
And
my brother was never into that shit.
Yeah. And your brother was too.
He was a skater dude.
But I no.
But then my bad. My dad died when my brother was 14.
I wasn't my mother's favorite or my father's favorite. I was probably the least favorite of both.
No, your dad liked you because you're the one that had to drive him to work.
Yeah, but that was just because I was the oldest. I was the one that close enough to the. I will say that he hired my brother and I at the same time. And then he fired my brother. So he made me go work with him. But he just had me go to work with him so I could drive because he was a drunk at the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And my brother screwed up so bad at work that he was like, no, you're fired. My dad is the guy who did the hiring and firing. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And then he fired my brother.
I had to fire my brother when I worked at Popeyes before I got fired.
You fired your brother before you?
I had to because he cussed real loud in the store.
And you got fired.
I got fired shortly after that for
because of
stealing.
stealing.
He couldn't cuss, but yet you could steal.
Your brother got fired for his language.
Yeah.
You were fired for stealing. Who do you think looked better?
But my brother got burned real bad. That's why he cussed so loud with hot grease.
Oh, wow.
He didn't really get burned bad, but he got burned. Yeah. That's why he said, motherfucker. And people heard it. And my boss like, well, we do not cuss. Steve, you need to fire me. Okay, Matt, you're done.
Well,
Bye.
They should have offered to.
I offered him a severance pay when I took the deposit. And I said, hey, you need any money? I got some money.
But I'm saying he was injured at work. They should have offered to take care of the injury. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sounds like they were going, Steve, you got to fire him before he sues us. Okay. Oh my God, we're gonna get sued. Have that idiot Steve go fire that kid. Okay. Then they had to be thinking, oh my God, thank God we got rid of that kid. And then a couple weeks later, Steve steals from him and goes, God, we kept the wrong one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Steve. Yeah, I don't. There's nobody in the chat room saying they were their parents' favorite. Nobody. Maybe it's human nature to not think that, to not realize it. Maybe everybody thinks they were the least liked child, which now makes me question that it's just a human condition to, I should have had multiple children because then I would know.
Right.
Like I have pets. I have a favorite pet.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? You have 2 kids, so you know which one's your favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I really don't have a favorite. I love Ellie and Gabriel the same.
See, I hear that, but I just think that's bullshit. I really do.
Oh,
I really do. I think that's BS. But yet I don't know because I don't have multiple children.
right.
I mean, I baby Gabriel more, but he's younger, so it may seem that he's my favorite, but he's not.
I don't know.
Oh, he will be when he gets his driver's license. You'll be like, Elliot, can you run to the store? No, Mom.
So then he'll be my favorite.
My mother would, before I had a drive, I told you that my father taught me how to drive while I was 13, turning 14. He taught me how to drive. So I could drive to work when he needed to sleep off the drunk. You know what I mean? That's why I learned how to drive it. And then my mother, when my father eventually told my mother, well, he knows how to drive. My mother would go, like, I would come home from work, or I'd come home from practice for football and stuff. My mom would say, "You go to the store," and I'd go, "What? I can't. I'm not going to walk to the store. Drive to the store." I'd say, "I don't have a driver's license. I'm only 14." "I don't care. You drive to the store and you go get me blah 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 blah." And I'd be like, "Oh God." Then she'd give me food stamps. Oh, you got to go to the store. And I'd be like, son of a bitch. So she would make me drive to the store and park a block away from the store.
Oh my God.
And then I would have to go in and buy things with food stamps. How embarrassing. And this is back when food stamps
Yeah.
looked like
paper.
lottery money.
Look like Canadian money.
Yep. So you couldn't play it off like it was the debit card.
It
No,
looked
you
like
gotta.
Monopoly. It looked like Monopoly money.
Yep.
That's what it did. They were like, the blue ones were like $10, and the
Yep.
green ones were like, the green ones, I can't remember. I want to say the blue ones were the cheapest.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And then you'd have change, and they would take a little white piece of paper and they'd write a number on the thing, and you'd use that. Do you remember that they would write?
Yeah.
If you had change, they would write the change on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Why would they write this on a piece of paper? And then they used a black pen. And I remember taking it home, and I had a black pen, and I said, well, I know it says 15, but I'm going to make it 95 cents. And it worked.
All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I had a bunch of pieces of paper that said I had 90. Like they'd put 5 cents, and I'd put a 9 in front of the 5, or 15 cents, and I'd turn the 1 into a 9. I always change things to 90 some odd cents. Like I could change to these days. I bet I could do it. I could change a 1, a 4, a 7. I could change a bunch of things to 9. And I learned that from having food stamps when I was a kid.
So you were counterfeiting food stamps.
Yeah, I'm telling you. But the most you could get on the piece of paper was 99 cents.
Oh. And I'm the felon around here? Huh.
But I'm just saying, when I was a kid, they would, if you had change, they would write your change on this white looking,
Yeah.
on this white thing, and they'd give it back to you. And I changed them all to being 90 some odd cents instead of, instead of 32 cents change.
Because they weren't allowed to give change.
I'd be like, 32, that's changing to 82 right now.
88.
You know what I mean? Like 33 was very easily 88.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, that was nothing. But a lot of things I tried to change to 99 cents. Which in the grand scheme of thing, within the grand scheme doesn't mean much, but I'm telling you, at the time,
yeah.
99 cents was, good money. Oh, there, Christina got a picture of all the food stamps. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
The green ones are my favorites. I love those green ones.
Of course.
No, the worst thing was, I got them, and this girl that I had the hots for in high school, she ends up getting a job as a grocery store cashier. So my mom would send me to the store. And I've told you this before, I was the youngest person in my class.
Mm-hmm.
I was the youngest person, so I was driving illegally while a lot of them already had their driver's licenses, Like everybody in my class turned 16 before I did.
I'm starting to feel much better about my life of crime because now you drove underage, you forged
I just was never caught.
food stamps.
I drove underage. My mom would send me to go get slow gin. Like she would have this friend come over. She would have some friend of hers come over to the house, and they would drink slow gin and her friend smoked. She would send me to the store. Butch, go to the store and get me some slow gin. And what kind of cigarettes do you want? And some Virginia Slims. And I'd be like, I'm 14. Go get it. After my parents got divorced, oh my God. I'd be like, I'm 15. I can't go to the store. Get me some goddamn get me goddamn slow gin, you son of a bitch. And I'd be like, well, you're just insulting yourself with that one. Go get the go. All right. Go get so we can make some slow gin fizzies. My mother taught me how to make a slow gin. It was slow gin and orange juice. And so I'd be a 15-year-old and I would go to the store and they would sell me alcohol and cigarettes because my mother would call the store and say,
Yeah, your mother.
I just sent my son. I sent my son to go to the store to buy slow gin and cigarettes because we're too drunk to go. And my mother was not a big drinker. It's just she went through this stage where they would get drunk. And she would call the place and say, my son has my permission.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I know it was the 1980s, but there's no way that this was legal. And I would go and they would sell me slow gin.
I can remember when your parents used to be able to do that. They give you a note.
Yeah.
Steven is allowed to buy.
And so then I'd go home and my mom would say, and then I can't think of what her girlfriend's name was, but so then she would say, go make us some drinks. And I'm like, I'm 15. I don't need. So they showed me how to make a proper slow gin, and I can't remember what they called a slow gin and
slow gin fizz.
No, yes, it was slow screws. Yeah, slow gin and orange juice. I think it was a slow screw or whatever. But my mom said slow gin fizzies.
Right.
Because we used crushed ice in a blender, or I would use crushed ice in a blender, which made them sort of like an alcoholic Slurpee.
Right.
So, and then I'd deliver them and her friend would pat me on the ass and
Oh.
I'm like, I'm 15. I feel like I'm sexually abused. They're forcing me to go buy alcohol and cigarettes and I don't smoke. Good Lord. However, by the time I was also in high school, so I could go to that store and buy certain liquor and say, my mom's sending me. And they thought because my mother was never, my dad was the alcoholic. My mother was not an alcoholic. She just occasionally would get drunk with a friend.
Right.
You know. And so I could go to that liquor store and get liquor and then go to parties in high school.
Yep.
And then I was the cock of the walk. Then yep. I was starting to get popular as a freshman in high school. As a freshman in high school, all the upperclassmen loved me because, that's the little fat kid that can get alcohol.
Yeah, they're the same way with me. They could send me to, send Chet can go drive up and get us some beer.
Yeah. Like there was another guy in my class who had facial hair and stuff. And when he was 16, he looked like he was 27.
Right.
He could go buy stuff because he looked old enough. But I got it because my mother would make me go to the store and buy it. So at the liquor store, they're like, well, this kid's got it bad. He's got alcoholic parents. That, I think they thought horribly of my mother because I started going on my own to buy this stuff, and they started thinking, Jesus, this kid's mom's getting bombed every night. And it was just me stocking up to go to the parties. And that's on my mother. That's not on me. But I would go and get the alcohol, And then as I started getting older, I think they sort of figured it out because I remember them cutting me off. Or I think it's what I was. Because when I was getting the slow gin and stuff, they were like, oh, it's so sad. It's for his mother. But then I think as I got older, I'd go, yeah, I want to get a 12-pack of Old Milwaukee.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Wait a
They
minute,
do.
this isn't all right. The Old Milwaukees are not for the kids, Mom. So that's when it was
Yeah.
right around then when they stopped it. So, so then they're like, no. And then I was like, oh, God damn, they're cutting me off. So, but I could always get the slow gin or whatever. Oh, well. Yeah, those are the good old days. Those are the good old days.
Oh yeah.
When you could go into a store and they'd sell you booze when you were 14.
Eh.
God. Nowadays,
My problem is the bar places would go in and talk to my dad and say, "Damn, Chet, you sure are drinking." And hell, well, my dad says I don't drink at all. What you talking about? Well, your son coming in
Oh,
buying beer all the time.
busted.
My dad be like, I don't drink at all. I drink hard liquor, but he only drank when he went out. He didn't drink at home.
it was crazy. I mean, the 70s and 80s, well, I guess it'd be 80s, but the 80s were so different from today.
Oh yeah. Well, little Chet just ordered 3 kegs to be delivered out to the trees over the weekend. He said you guys are having a party. My dad be like, what?
Damn.
It's crazy. I mean, I there's no, like, kids today would not understand these stories.
Oh yeah.
Like, you literally take, and you would get in a car and open a beer.
Yep.
You'd pull
Pull tab.
Old tab.
And
Hopefully that some of us didn't break because they didn't have a screwdriver.
yeah, you'd have a beer in your hand, and your buddy'd have a beer driving, and you're just riding downtown. And here's what we did: you'd go to a town, right, and you would drive your car down Main Street till the very end. Then you would turn around, and you would drive back down the Main Street all the way to the end.
Yeah.
And then you'd turn around
Yep.
and do the same damn. Oh my God. I can't think of anything more boring than that.
He did it all night long.
And you're drinking the whole way. And that was allowed.
When we would go to Decatur, we'd start on East El Dorado at McDonald's and drive all the way to West El Dorado at McDonald's and turn around. And they'd do it all night long, up and down.
I do remember that I was the first one in the group of people that hung up that says, "This is boring as shit. What are we doing?"
Cruising the strip.
They'd say, "Hey
I
man,
remember that.
hey man, we're cruising.
Yeah.
Well, cruising sucks. We got to do something. I'm not having any fun like this. I'm literally just riding up and down a street listening to some classic rock music." Of course,
Oh yeah.
at the time it wasn't all classic rock. Now all that stuff is classic.
Oh yeah.
But we would, you'd be listening to like The Who, driving up and down cruising up and down the street.
Oh yeah.
And I'd be the one that would just be saying, "Wait a minute, this sucks." So that's
Autograph.
like, man, I gotta find the parties. I gotta find women. I would say, let me out of this car.
Oh, I do doing better. I haven't cruised the square in Taylorville. That was in a square. I just went in a square all night long.
I was the one who said, "All right, just pull over. Let me get off the car. What? You guys continue. Just pick me up the next way through." So I would get out and go to Roma's Pizza and try to talk to people who are having meals or whatever. You know what I mean? So I could just have conversations with people instead of sitting into a car listening in classic music and driving up and down the main street.
No, we did that in Springfield. It was up and down MacArthur and South Grand and everybody
Yeah.
would stop and pull in there. Was it the Kmart parking lot, I think, where Kmart was on MacArthur? And everybody
Yeah,
would
there was-
congregate.
Yeah, because when I got my first radio job, it was back in 1987 at WYMG. Okay.
Mhm.
So they give me the job at YMG. So as soon as I get the job, they give me the rules of what I'm supposed to do. And I go, oh, I'm not doing any of that shit. So I drive over to MacArthur and I go to that parking lot and there was a payphone.
Mhm.
And I had this little notebook with me. And I go into the parking lot and I wrote down the number on the payphone. And then I went to South Grand and like 6th Street or 5th Street. And there was a payphone there at a Pizza Hut or whatever it was back then. And I wrote down the phone number of the Pizza Hut. And then I went to Stevenson. Let's see, I picked MacArthur, Stevenson, South Grand, and Wabash. Or was it Wabash? But I wrote down all these payphone numbers, right?
Oh God.
So I go on the air, and it's 1:00 in the morning. It became obvious to me at 12:20 that they weren't listening to me because they say you just play the music and blah blah blah. And I would go on the first break. I'd go on at midnight. And I'd say, "Hey, how you doing? My name's Ray Lytle. We're here. We're gonna party at WYMG." And I'm just talking about stuff. And I'm looking at the phone, looking at the hotline. Never rings. I'm 10 minutes into talking. The phone never rings. I start taking phone calls. The phone never rings. And I'm like, fuck it. So the 12:20 break. So then I play commercials. I come back, still haven't played music. At 12:20, I'm back on. And I go, fuck it. I'm going to call this number. And I call the payphone on MacArthur. And this guy says, "Hey, what's up?" And I go, "Hey, is this the payphone on MacArthur?" "Yeah, who's this?" "This is Ray from WYMG." Hey, you guys, it's WYMG. And I'd be like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, man, we're partying. We're cruising." "Oh, really?" "Yeah." And so I'm like, I'm going, "Yeah, well, why don't you do this?" And they're doing it. And I go, "Yeah, well, why don't you?" And I'm telling these kids what to do, and they're doing it.
Oh shit.
Kids, but they're probably older than me.
All right.
And I'm doing things like, "Hey, first person to take off their shirt, whatever, you'll win." And so I'm giving away prizes. I'm giving away prizes I don't even have. I'm saying, "Who wants to win the new Bon Jovi CD?" Or I think it was albums, but
Oh yeah.
I was on the air promising people stuff, right? That they never told me I had to give it away, but I would take all the information. I'd say, "Hey, just come by WYMG and pick it up." And people would show up, and I didn't know anything about a winning slip. I just gave shit away. And people would show up to pick up their prize at WYMG, and at the front desk, they'd be going, "I don't know what the fuck this is, but the guy said he won this." And they go, "Okay." So the guy was a program director, "Well, here you go." And he'd give whatever, and he'd go, "Give him this." And so he was giving away the stuff. They never knew that I was the one giving it away, but it was me giving it away. And I would have these great shows because I'd get like 60 kids on the air. They're all screaming and singing and honking. And like I was doing, this is 1987. I'm doing this stuff. And my bosses were sleeping because they never called and said, "What the fuck are you? Why aren't you playing the Elton John song that's scheduled?" Because I can tell you right now, I was going, "Fuck Elton John. We're not playing the lame Elton John music. We're going to fucking, we're going to play some. I'll do a 20-minute break talking. Then I'll play a minute and a half of a Leonard Skinner song. Then I'll turn it down and take more phone calls." There's no way I shouldn't have been fired. There's no way that I should have gotten away with what I got away with. But God bless America, I got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
You might have been one who we called one time.
Let me tell you. God bless. Brian Jeffries, best best program director. He was a fantastic program director because eventually, I think he had a kid or something, and so he had to get up one night. And he heard what I was doing.
Oh shit!
But listen, this is how great this guy was. This is how great he was. He doesn't call and yell at me that night. He waits until during the week I had to come in, and I would do a show on the weekends, and then I would have to come in for my college class. They would make me do an internship. So I had to go up for the internship. And then it was there on the internship when he reveals to me, he says, hey, I actually listened. I listened to your show. Oh, I was like, oh, was I playing some good Led Zeppelin or whatever the hell? And he goes, no, you weren't playing any music, actually. You pretty much talked between midnight and 3 a.m. It was nonstop talking. And I was like, oh, really? That seems, are you sure it was me? He's like, no, I know it was you. But then he let me know. Then he started giving me tips on how to improve that. Like, he never yelled at me and said, stop that.
Right.
He just gave me tips on how to improve it. You know what I mean? So they weren't assholes. They actually understood that I didn't know that what I was doing made any sense. I was just bored.
Right.
I was bored being up at 3 o'clock in the morning on the weekend. So I was doing this shit.
Right.
But I was just wanting to have fun. But what I was doing was teaching myself how to do an entertainment show. So when I was like 20 or 19 years old, it was like my first full-time job in radio was hosting a morning show. My first time ever, and a full-time job was to do a morning show. I never had a full-time radio job in any other, like I was never the full-time night guy or full-time overnight guy, or I just never did it. I went from doing part-time weekends to doing a morning show because I never had regular. Like, even now, if somebody said, and by the way, I wouldn't go back. I've said it before, I would never go back to radio. But even now, if someone said, hey, would you come do a radio show at night? I'd be like, oh, fuck no. I just want to sit there and play music. Oh, I'd rather shoot myself. You know what I mean? I could never, I couldn't. I'm so envious of the guys that could play music and somehow still do an entertaining show. In fact, radio doesn't even do that anymore. In fact, when you hear these shows where they're just playing music, they're not live. Mm-hmm. They pay people. They have people voice track, which is you sit in the studio and you pretend like you're in the studio playing music, but you're not. You're just taping it.
Huh.
That's how it works now. They don't even have anybody that actually sits and plays the music. But I gotta tell you, that's the most boring shit in the world.
I bet.
I mean, good Lord, to sit there because I would know it because sometimes somebody would go on vacation, and when they go on vacation, I would have to fill in for them, and I hated it. And the program director figured out that I hated it. So he goes, nah, you can just do the overnights. And I'd say, oh, awesome. He goes, and just do what you want at night. I don't care. And I go, great. So say the afternoon guy went on vacation. Rather than say, Ray, you're doing afternoons this week. No, he would go to the guy that was the full-time overnight guy. And he would say, no, you're doing afternoons. Ray, you do the overnights and just do what you want. That's what taught me how to do this. Mm-hmm. Because I started thinking to myself, well, when I was just playing music, that was boring as shit. But when I actually took phone calls and made phone calls, it was fun. I had a good time.
Well, that brings back. I bet you, 87. That would have been. I'll never forget.
That's when I started. I was a teenager.
Wow, I was shit. I was already out of fucking college. I was already.
I started in 85 doing a show in college.
So I'll never forget. We called somebody one night from the boathouse. That was Kelly Buns. That's when I was dating her. And I was like, hey, we want you to play some Eric Clapton Cocaine because that's what we're doing in the boathouse right now. And it was. We were all getting fucked up on cocaine. And you did, I don't know if it was you or whoever. All right, this is for the boathouse guys that are doing cocaine.
Yeah, that probably was me.
Probably was because we listened to YMG all the time.
That probably was me. Because I'll let you guys in on a secret. They never played your request. I'll tell you who played your request, me. And I wasn't supposed to, but I would. Because there was a playlist already picked out.
Right.
There was a playlist that was picked out. But when I did overnights, I take a phone call and somebody'd say, hey, can you play what so-and-so? I would go pull the album out, and that's what I play. And then I just slip it into the playlist.
Right.
So they'd have the scheduled music. And then there was the songs that I played. But then there was, if you did that, you were supposed to mark it out. I never fucking marked out and put that stuff in. Because sometimes the morning show come on, they say, God, I just heard this song. I think I just heard this song an hour ago. And the guy would look at the playlist and go, no, you didn't. Trust me, he did. He did. I know, because I played it. Somebody requested it, and I played it. But, you could get away with it. Nobody,
Yeah.
What kind of losers listen to the overnight? They didn't give a shit about them. But I'm telling you, the rest of the, even when I did mornings, like when I was doing mornings at QLZ, I always played stuff I wasn't supposed to play.
Right.
Like, I'll tell you do you know the entire duration of my QLZ career? Every morning they had a playlist. They had a playlist that had like 13 songs an hour. If they were lucky, I'd play 3.
I was gonna say I don't remember you playing that many songs an hour.
I never did.
No.
So, but there finally was a program director, and I can't remember which one it was, but finally there was a program director that realized, fuck, he's not playing any of this music. So I think it was. So anyway, eventually they just scheduled 3 songs an hour.
Right.
They would eventually schedule just 3 songs an hour because that's all I play. And I would not even play the full song. I'd always cut the songs off, like some of the songs, like I'd play a 7-minute song, I'd cut it off after 2 minutes and start, hey, we're gonna put stuff up Jim's ass or whatever. I would.
Yep.
I don't know what the incessant desire to break rules was, but that's just, I was like, and even today, I just hate rules. Which is why whenever people mention, like, Ray's not on the radio, you're damn right I'm not. I don't want to be on the radio. Like when people go, what do you do now? I said, I do a show on the internet. I have subscribers. There's people that go, I'm sorry. I go, what the hell are you sorry for? This is the best fucking thing in the world. Are you kidding?
Right?
By the way, radio is dead. Radio,
Oh yeah.
DEAD, dead. Dead,
Yeah.
dead, dead. There's no reason to listen to radio. None. Somebody the other day goes, well, you should get on satellite radio. And I'm like, fuck, are you? That's the most expensive dead radio.
Oh yeah.
All the other radio stations are just dead. Sirius XM is the biggest money loser of all the radio stations. Like, I was offered a free subscription to Sirius XM for something.
Mm-hmm.
They said, like, I bought a subscription to a newspaper or The Athletic sports website.
Oh
I
yeah.
bought a subscription, okay? And it said, well, because you bought this subscription, you're getting a free. I literally didn't even waste time filling out for a free subscription to Sirius XM. I didn't even fill it out because I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm not going to listen to that. That's how dead radio is. I have no interest in it. None. No issues or no interest in radio. When's the last time you listened to a radio station, Christina? Think about it. When's the last
I
time?
don't. I can't stand it. I hook my phone to my Bluetooth in the car
Yeah.
and listen to Pandora.
I mean, when's the last time you listened to a radio station, Steve?
Probably been a while. Radio works in my truck, but I usually listen to my phone.
DA says, warning, a major smog cloud is forming in the Lake Springfield area. Someone is claiming they were innovating in radio. No, I'm not. No, I wasn't innovating. I didn't give a fuck about. No, innovation. Here's what innovation implies. Innovation implies that I'm creating something that other people are going to pick up on, and a whole wave. I never gave a fuck if anybody learned how to do what I was doing. So I don't call anything that I did innovation. In fact, I would want no one to copy what I do. I don't want anyone. It's something that I feel like it's something that I created. I don't want anybody copying it. Fuck them. Come up with their own concept.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, here's if I created anything, here's what it is. It's me surrounded by a bunch of people, one of whom has a substance abuse problem. And the others are people who come across normal, but yet they're flawed. Normal. That's who I surround myself with, and I do a show. That's what I've done.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I'm the most flawed person on the fucking show. I just don't talk about. I don't sit there and make the whole show about me being flaws. I make the show about other people's flaws, and I comment that that's my innovation. And there's only one person I care about learning from it, and that's me. The only thing I've learned now is that I can talk about my own fucked upness and make it funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I've learned. But look, if it's not Jim the photographer, it's somebody now who has the same. He's got the same. He's high on pot all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He's been farting this whole show.
Oh, you know he has.
And the thoughts going through his head. Oh my God, he's so flawed.
I'm still, never mind.
The stuff he's been thinking about.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
There's been nothing, nothing creative or new happens on this show now. It's just me following the same format, but it's funny. I mean, literally, earlier in this show, we couldn't even understand anything he was saying. He was so inebriated.
Who?
You!
Oh,
I mean, who?
Go back and listen to the beginning of this song.
okay, I will.
Beginning of this show, excuse me. You won't understand it because you made no sense. You've at least, I don't know if it's sobering up or whatever, but he's talking now better than he was when we started.
He seems to be drooling more.
And by the way, all of the listeners of this show, flawed.
Yeah.
I love all of you. I love you all, but you're all flawed.
Especially for listening to this show.
Yeah.
Everybody's flawed in some way.
The fact that you people are finding this show entertaining
That's
already proves
A major flaw.
what's wrong with you. Yeah. But I love you. Because people like us exist. People like us exist, and God bless you. You like to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you're not one of these people who goes all through life being miserable. Shit. Now, we're not miserable. We can admit that life is fun, and that's, that's what we do. I mean, look at the bottom of the screen. She has a cat that's causing her pain, and yet she's still, and then she gets mad. She goes, "Oh, you're not hanging around with," so she's squeezing the cat hard, saying, "Oh, I need you to be closer to me."
Well, it's how I got his claws out of my leg.
Even though the cat's causing her pain. So God love you. That's exactly what I want. Exactly what I want.
my cat's asleep on the chair.
And
She had a rough night.
There are some people working right now that they can't watch us or listen to us. The first thing they do when they get off work is they'll turn on the replay of this show and listen to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You want to. The most amount of listeners we have are people who listen to the replay. You should see the numbers. It's astounding.
Huh.
More people go into the Facebook show after the show's over and watch it. That's our biggest audience. And this is on all the different formats we're on. Our biggest audience is people who go to Facebook in the afternoon and watch the morning show. That's the biggest audience. God love them. God love your flawed asses. God bless us all. What day is it, lad? It's Christmas, Mr. Scrooge. It's Christmas. I'm telling you. God love the flawed people.
Mm-hmm.
I love you all. Thank you so much for listening. By the way, we have another show this afternoon. These are the most flawed of all. The people who actually pay money.
Right?
God, I love every one of you. These people who go back and listen to the later show, listen, buy a subscription. You can get a subscription as low as $5, $10 if you want to get the Thursday show. Buy the tier 3 subscription. Get the tier 3 subscription. Get the tier 3 subscription and check us out tonight. 6:00, but I got to end the show because we're 45 minutes late right now.
Like yesterday's 3-hour show.
God damn, I know. I was only going to do an hour and a half today because I got to do 2 shows, but I've already done 2 hours, 15 minutes of this show. Oh my God. Yeah. Join on the most economical show, the tier 3 show.
It is.
Come join us this afternoon, 6:00.
Yeah.
That's what the subscriber show is. Anyway, thank you all for checking us out. For checking out Inebriated Steve.
Sorry.
For hearing about the people who want to swing, but how they're all men.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Isn't it the sex addicts who end up having sex with anybody or anything, right?
Ooh.
I think so.
Isn't it people true sex addicts? They just have sex.
Oh,
It doesn't
wow.
matter if it's just with women or if it's men, if it's they're having sex with other men or
Ooh.
you notice
Steve.
he moaned when I said men.
Yep. I noticed.
Hey,
That's
Whatever makes
everybody
you happy.
else.
Whatever makes you happy, buddy.
Exactly. Whatever.
Whatever makes you happy. You go.
We won't judge.
Yeah, we go to town. You just have fun. But they have sex with anything. That's why they have to have. That's why they got to go to Addicts Anonymous or whatever, because they can't stop having sex.
Oh no. I might be a sex addict then.
We'll see all you. Well, this fucked up and flawed. Okay, she says this fucked up and flawed human will see it tonight. I was just gonna say, all you fucked up and flawed people, come back and listen to us tonight at 6:00. Join the show. Go to morningdisaster.net. Morningdisaster.net. And by the way, once again, if you are a nonprofit organization that would like some advertising during the holidays, please reach out to us, because I'm going to we're going to give some free advertising to a non-for-profit organization or agency, whatever it is. Reach out to us so we can we'll plug you in place of one of our advertisers, all right, for the holiday season. So get hold of us. Anyway, thank you all, guys. You're great. I love you, and we'll see you tonight at 6:00. Hopefully Steve will be you can understand him. Tonight we do have another Steve Christmas song tonight and a bunch more. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, everybody.
He's that fat.